guys, it's Simply Sarabeth here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Today we are doing a type of house that I've never done before. I'm not sure exactly what this house is called. When I googled it, I found a couple of different kinds of houses that it might be, and that is either a mission style house, Mediterranean, or Spanish. And so what gave me the inspiration to do this house is I was driving through some neighborhoods around my apartment and I saw this house that had like this curved balcony on it, and it looked really cool, and it kind of reminded me of a house that you'd see in like Southern California or something. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try to build that. And so I went on Pinterest and I tried to search for a bunch of houses that kind of looked similar so I could get some ideas. And one of the things that I really liked about it was, first of all, that curved balcony, which I will be putting in this house, and then that roof that you see that I did. It's kind of a curved roof that extends over the entryway of the house. So I really wanted to do it. It sounded like a nice, fun challenge for myself. It did take me a little bit to figure out how to make that curved roof, but I eventually figured it out by using the two slanted roofs and just kind of making them work. So here I'm just finishing off the roof. I'm not exactly following a floor plan or anything. I just am going off of a bunch of different pictures that I liked and just kind of putting them all together. But this was just kind of a really quick build for me. I typically spend probably, I don't know, like 18 hours building my houses, and this one I think I only spent like 4 hours building. So it was really nice to kind of challenge myself to just go for it and to build something kind of quick and easy. So I got that little curved balcony on there. I love it. And now I'm just trying to figure out how to make the rest of the house look interesting, because I just started off with this really strong idea of what I wanted the front of the house to look like. And then I just kind of dropped off and I had to figure out what to do for the rest of it. And I came up with the idea to do kind of like a wraparound porch, which I really ended up loving. This whole house is basically me just using everything that I've never used before. I don't like the warm colors. I don't like the kind of Spanish style looking stuff. That is just kind of the opposite of the types of houses that I like. So this was just really fun to just kind of use things and realize that some of the things that I thought would be ugly things aren't. They're fun to use. So like those little arched windows that I used for the wraparound porch. I never thought of doing something like that before, and I really enjoy that it just makes this house look really interesting. And then I love the fence around the house. A lot of the houses in the neighborhoods that I was driving through had like these little private entries that were kind of hidden back. They had like a privacy fence up around them, in addition to their regular yard fence, and I really liked that, so I wanted to do that with this. The one thing that I was kind of upset about, though, is the fence does not match the wall paint. They don't have a fence and a wall paint that match each other, and that drove me nuts, but I just picked whatever matched the best and just had to get over it. Another thing that I really loved when I was looking on Pinterest was these backyard fire pits. it caught my eye because we have that fire pit from the Jungle Adventure Pack that looks exactly like the fire pits from the pictures. So I added that to the backyard, added a little fence around it. This one I kind of did exactly from a picture that I saw on Pinterest, and I tried to like make the little trellis thing above, and then I just connected the front gate all the way back through to the backyard, through that little wraparound porch. And then for the landscaping, I wanted to kind of make it look like it's in Southern California, kind of like San Diego or something like that, which building in Newcrest is not the best place to put a house like this, but I've just really been working in Newcrest for the past couple of weeks, and I think eventually I might move this lot, but it works for now. So I just added some sand and some desert plants. I just really had some fun with a bunch of stuff that I really never use. I was actually really enjoying it because it kind of reminded me of the last time that I was in San Diego, like 2015, I think, and we went to this, I don't remember what it was, but it was kind of like this old, I think it was a historical area, and everything was just really old looking. And I remember we were looking at plants. There was a store, it kind of had like an open face, and there was a bunch of succulents, and we were looking at them, and the landscaping around that area, I think we had lunch and stuff there. It reminded me a lot of this house, or this house reminded me a lot of that. I guess that's where I was getting my inspiration. So we're moving on to the inside. I'm kind of trying to decide where the rooms are going to be. This is kind of a smaller house, and because it's a smaller house, I kind of thought, well, maybe I can try to make this a starter house, but it ended up being like 80,000 simoleons, so that didn't happen. It became way too big and fancy to be a starter house. So I wanted to just make it like a 1-bed, 1-bath house with kind of like an open floor down into the living room. So I put those stairs up to go up to like this hallway, and then the bedroom and bathroom is upstairs, and then the downstairs is just going to be the kitchen, dining room, and living room and entryway. So pretty simple. It kind of surprised me how easy decorating this house came to me. I did not expect that at all, but I guess once I got started with the theme, I just kind of ran with it, and I had a lot of fun. This kind of made me like this style of house. I typically really don't care for this style. I mean, I love to look at houses, and I love to drive back through neighborhoods and see things and look on Pinterest and stuff, and I've just never been interested in this type of architecture or interior design, but just building this kind of made me have an appreciation for it. So I'm trying out different floors that I've never used before. I really don't like tile. Like I said, I don't like warm colors, but they look so good in this house. You just have to put them in the appropriate place to make them look good, you know? And I'm just trying to fun tile on the wall. I think I changed it a few times. I just wanted this to kind of be like a nice family kitchen, really simple, something that is attainable for like real life people, because a lot of the time the houses that I build are like nope, I don't know anybody that lives in a house that looks like that. But I feel like with this house, I was trying to make something that just looked real. And then on the back of the house, I just wanted to make it look a little bit interesting. The front was interesting, so the back couldn't just be flat. And then I gave them that nice big wall with all of the windows for their living room, just kind of add in some natural light and make it interesting. And by the way, those stairs gave me so much trouble. It's really hard to create an open area on the second floor because the game doesn't recognize it as a room. So if you have a roof on the first level that pokes into the second level, if you delete the floor, the game doesn't know it's a room, so then it lets the roof inside the walls. And it also didn't want me to have the stairs there. So I struggled. I cut out a lot of footage of me. I had to completely redo the roof on the front of the house to make it so it doesn't stick inside the house because I couldn't get rid of it. I really, really wanted that 2-floor living room wall, so I had to make it work, and it took a lot of effort. So then I started working on the dining room, which I actually really ended up loving this dining room. It's a really small space, but I feel like it just makes it so cozy. I normally don't do dining rooms like this. Like, this whole entire house it feels so casual to me, and I normally do things that are really fancy and, I don't know, just kind of look like they're fake, I guess. They're so fancy, which is what I like. I mean, if you've ever stepped into my apartment, I like it to look like nobody lives here. And I really tried to kind of make this one look really homey. I feel like what I did with this was just try to not make it so perfect. And I can't wait to do more like this. I think this is a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what else I can come up with this idea in mind. So then we're moving on to the living room. I love to have fireplaces, and I've said before I do not like to put the TV in the living room, but with this being a very homey home, we put the TV above the fireplace. I love fireplaces. I typically have them, so I still do have that, and it kind of adds that little bit of fanciness to it, but I put the TV above it, which is something I don't normally do. Then we have that entryway that just opens right up into the living room, which is also something I don't normally do. I normally have a separate entryway, which I think keeps things a little bit more fancy, and I think having the entryway just open right up into the living room keeps this a lot more casual. I was trying really hard to make this house just base game, and then I had a couple of things from Jungle Adventure, but I love that armadillo. It's from the Strangerville pack, and it had to go. It matches everything so perfectly. It matches the colors, and armadillos are desert animals, and Strangerville is a desert pack, so the armadillo goes with the desert, and it matches so well. I just had to have it. And then I made like a little reading nook over there off to the right of the living room. I just added a couple of little pottery things. I thought it looked really nice in this space. And then I added that map above the entry table, which I love. And then over to the left, I didn't really know what to put there, so I just put a jukebox. It matched and gives them another form of entertainment. So then moving on to the upstairs, I started with the bathroom. I didn't really know how big I wanted it, so I started putting the things in there before I built the wall. So I just made things fit, and then I built the wall around it, and then I just started looking for little things to just clutter it up. Bathrooms can be so hard to clutter up, and it can be weird to put certain art in there, so I was just going through everything. As always, it's hard for me to find rugs, especially for the bathroom, and not use the same rug all the time, but this was really fun because I used a lot of rugs that I don't normally use. A lot of those like fun kind of like Aztec-y patterns or things like that that I just kind of spread throughout the house, and then I just put some bathroom stuff on the wall. I think I used that one picture several times, yeah, just because it matches so well and it looks good in this house. So, and then in the bedroom, I used some other pictures that I don't normally use. They look very vacation-y, I guess. Like that one picture that I put on the bedroom wall, it reminds me of Italy a little bit. So I thought it looked really nice in here. We have kind of like a blue theme going on in the bedroom, which matches the downstairs furniture. And then I just added a couple of little plants in there and make it really homey. And then we are moving on to the backyard, which, like I said, I just kind of copied this from a picture that I saw on Pinterest with the little fireplace and then the benches. I really liked that. And then I had to add that little skeleton guy from Jungle Adventure. So there we have the finished product. I'm gonna put some pictures in here. And there we have it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!